Is it wrong to censor a game because of poking? Well, Crunchyroll thinks it's okay. What's up, clever gamer? Shine here, doing a video about, well, something that happened a couple days ago, and you're probably wondering, why is this? Well, are you playing the Japanese version of Danmachi? Yes, I am playing the Japanese version of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Pick up girls in a dungeon. Memory freeze. Again, Danmachi is easier to say, so I say that. But yes, I'm here doing a video. Now you're probably wondering, Shine, why are you doing a video? What's the deal? Well, apparently, if you don't know, which most people don't know, which most people are still playing the English version, which, I mean, if you want to play the English version, do whatever you want, but you should at least know that this happened. Apparently, and I'm pretty sure you probably already know, probably, but this is for people who haven't even known it, who don't even know about this. Apparently, Crunchyroll localized the English version of this game I'm playing right now. The English version, Crunchyroll localized it. They were in charge of bringing this game to English, which that on its own should probably be its own red flag. You're like, okay, Crunchyroll localizing game. Crunchyroll doesn't, Crunchyroll doesn't localize games. Crunchyroll is, the anime localizer. They do all the manga and anime localizations. But yes, Crunchyroll localized this game, and it's this game. Now, the version I'm playing is clearly the Japanese version. Now, what happened? Well, according to Crunchyroll, poking is lewd. It is very lewd, so it had to be removed from the U.S. version. And you're probably, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'll show you some footage of it right there. I'll show some footage, but I'll tell you the whole story. Now, this all started with a fan on Twitter asking Crunchyroll, "Hey, would this game be censored because he was will this game be censored because he was very disappointed about Honkai Impact?" Which something I learned about from Morph is there's two different versions of Honkai Impact. Now, that is not the point of this, but for y'all to know, there's Honkai Impact 3 and there's Honkai Impact the Third. Honkai Impact 3 is not censored, but Honkai Impact Third, the one you'd find on the Play Store, is censored. Now, why this is important is because the fan asked this, and Crunchyroll, or the team who were localizing the game, said, no, nothing was censored. Come to find out, after, I think, launch day, some fans on Reddit discovered that, hey, poking is gone. Poking is gone. And a lot of fans found it weird because the poking, your ability to poke characters, was in the trailer, the advertisement trailer for this mobile game. So people found that a little weird. It's like, hey, you said there was no censorship, but there was a censorship. Crunchyroll comes back on Reddit and responds, we didn't censor the game, but they did. They did. They removed they removed the poking feature. They removed it. So fans asked them, and Crunchyroll was like, well, this poking feature is not appropriate for the U.S. Their response, and I'm not gonna say it word for word. I'm just gonna say what I remember. They said, and I quote, they said that this feature is indecent for the U.S. audience. That's basically what they said. They said it's not appropriate. They said this feature is not appropriate for the U.S. apparently, and I'm like, poking is not appropriate for the U.S. Poking is not appropriate for the U.S. Poking is not appropriate for the U.S. Like, poking is not appropriate for the U.S. Guys, I didn't know, guys, I didn't know poking is very lewd. Poking someone is a very lewd act. Head pats and poking is very lewd. It's very lewd. Now, in all seriousness, it is very much a very insignificant feature, but the reason I'm saying it's insignificant is like, why did Crunchyroll get rid of something that's just so insignificant? It's just poking. Who really cares? Well, somebody somewhere at Crunchyroll thought to themselves, hey, the poking is lewd. It's a little too lewd. It's not appropriate for the U.S. audience because apparently the U.S. is a brand new safe space for people who can't handle fictional characters being poked. But hey, what do I know? I'm just shining the lewd zero. Shine the lewd zero. But hey, what I know? Maybe poking is the most lewdest act ever, and I just haven't realized. Head pats and pokes are lewd, my boys. I mean, it's not even like literally. If I showed you, and I'll show you right now. Boom, here it is. It really isn't really anything. It's just that you can't poke them, and it's like, why did Crunchyroll remove that though? It really is like so unnecessary that they got rid of it. It's like, why? It's like, why? Now certain characters have certain, like, obviously if you poke them certain places, they'll give you certain reactions, but that's not there. Like, that feature is gone. Literally, you're supposed to be able to poke them, and they give certain responses depending on where you poke them. That's part of the game, which has been removed. Which that actually gives you extra dialogue, which has been removed, and people are understandably kind of, like, hey, I need that. They're like, hey, you took out dialogue from the game. That's pretty. And then people were like, hey, that's a little, that's kind of weird. Why'd you do that, Crunchyroll? And it's quite understandable that why people are mad. It's very understandable. It's not even weird or ununderstandable. Like, I can understand why people are irritated and a little miffed. You're like, hey, Crunchyroll, you said you weren't gonna censor anything, but you turned around and censored the poking, which by extension, the poking had certain dialogue that you're not gonna be able to get now. Do a heal. Now, granted, some of y'all are gonna say, well, it's just poking. It's not that important. Yes, but most people in the U.S. do not like our games censored. Now, there's the weird majority who says, oh, censorship is fine. I'm under the belief that censorship, no matter what it is not okay. No matter what the case is, I don't support it. I don't buy products with censorship. People literally, there are many things in this world people do not like. People will not buy a game if it's censored. People will not buy a game if it has DRM. People will not buy a game if content is cut out. They do not like that. People do not like that. That is literally a bad thing. If you're a publisher, do not do that. Granted, you gotta adhere to certain cultural guidelines, I guess some people would call it, but I don't care. It really was so insignificant, they didn't need to get rid of it. And the fact that they did is just a little peculiar. Now, Crunchyroll, as a service, personally speaking, I don't use Crunchyroll. I use other services like Netflix and other sites, like, maybe if I want to watch Boruto, for example, I'll just go to Viz. I'll go to Viz. I won't go to Crunchyroll because the Crunchyroll site is still using Flash Player, and I'm like, Flash Player for videos should have gone out years ago. You should be using HTML. But hey, what does Shine know? What does Shine know? Every anime YouTuber say Crunchyroll is great. Sign up for your 14-day trial, and I'm like, no, I don't like the service. They haven't updated the service in years, and I still don't want to use it. I'd rather just go to Viz and want to watch Boruto, which I haven't watched Boruto in like a long time. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But that's basically it. That's basically all I wanted to say. If you guys got any idea or got anything you want to say in the description, I'm all ears. Anyway, this has been Shine Zero. Sayang goodbye, and thank you for watching this video. It's just kind of weird. It's weird.